This is our own legacy.
Hi, I'm Sunny Nash. I'd like to introduce you to some very good friends of mine.
Hello, I'm Bobby Smith, and this is Marie Treadwell, and we are both past presidents of the National Council of Negro Women here in Long Beach, and we are here to talk about our upcoming project for National Council of Negro Women.
Our book project is Untold Legacies, Long Beach Professionals, 1900 to 2000. And actually this project was started probably some 18 years ago during the centennial year for Long Beach, when Long Beach celebrated its centennial. Our council person, Mr. Smith, former councilman of the 6th District, approached our section, National Council of Negro Women, asked us to gather some history of the African American community here in Long Beach, and that we would present that information during the centennial celebration. However, it was such a short time, just a few months, that we were unable to have the material ready at that time. So our section just decided that we would work on the project at our leisure, and at this point we're now into publishing the book. Clarence Smith has joined us, and he was a former councilman of the 6th District. And Clarence was the second African American to serve as the council person from the 6th District. And so we're certainly happy to have Mr. Smith with us. And Bobby?
Clarence, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, your family, and how you came on the council?
I came on the council in 1986 after Jim Wilson left the council. At that time, the centennial came about in 1988. And at that time, I was looking for someone to make sure that African American was included into the centennial for Long Beach. And so I approached the National Council of Women to do this because I know they was capable of doing it, and I know that we're going to get a good job on it.
Dr. Ruth Hayes has joined us, and Dr. Hayes' family came to Long Beach a number of years ago, and they were one of the early entrepreneurs here in the city of Long Beach. So Dr. Hayes, why don't you tell us about yourself and about your family and some of the activities that you've been involved with here in the city?
I came to California in 1952 in September, following behind my newly wedded husband, who was the youngest brother of Early C. Hayes. We came to Long Beach, and the Hayeses, Delphine and Early C., were the ones who was the stopover, but all the ones migrating from Texas to California. Delphine and Early Hayes came to California in 1946. They migrated from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where they had worked in the wall factories. Early C. opened a garage at the southeast corner of Lewis and Anaheim Street. After being here a while, and they were living with relatives, they moved to 1431 Lewis. And at that particular site, not only did they have a house, but they also had a little business that sat on the back of the lot. And Delphine was quite a business person herself. She initially opened a sandwich shop, and she ran that sandwich shop successfully up until 1952. The fall of 1952, especially after my husband and I came to California, Delphine decided that she would open a fish market. So she began to renovate the sandwich shop for a fish market, and Early C. continued to run his garage and was also in the process of moving from the southeast corner of Lewis and Anaheim on to Anaheim between Lewis and Lemon, where he opened community garage, and he was the first black to own a car dealership here in town.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're delighted that Clarence Long has joined us. And Clarence, I understand that you joined the city many years ago as the first
Engineering aide. I first hired in as an engineering aide for the City of Long Beach.
Very good. And kind of climbing the ladder from there?
I went up to a draftsman, then I got to be a designer on my own table, and I got to be a principal, and I got to be a supervisor.
Fantastic. So how many years did you work for the city?
32 years.
Very good.
Last 10 years in supervision.
Wonderful, wonderful. So a first in all those areas.
Yes.
Marie Treadwell and Jetty Butler spend the afternoon going through old photographs with Bobby Smith and Aurora Tatum. Many of the photographs and stories collected for the NCNW book Untold Legacies were gathered from family collections like this one.
Long Beach didn't have no social club when the war started. When the war started, and Long Beach wasn't a very large population of Negroes either.
Right.
You just didn't have many.
Right.
And even the sailors, they didn't hang around Long Beach, because I used to visit friends up in Los Angeles, and they said, "Well, Jenny, where are you?" I said, "Oh, I'm down to Long Beach." "Where's Long Beach?" They didn't know. They knew about Wilmington and San Pedro. Right. That's all they knew about.
But Long Beach.
And they said, "Oh, she's talking about Wilmington." And I said, "No, it's Long Beach." I just love Long Beach. And all these young people, we organized a social club.
And this was, what year was that?
That was in 1941. And we organized a social and art group. In here? Yeah, okay.
A sewing class with Aurora.
Yeah.
In 1933, about.
That was
And this
during the
is
Depression.
This is Aurora. And I believe she says that's her mother. And that's the pastor of the AME church before they became Grant and moved to Alamedas.
This is my mama's brother and first cousin. This is my grandmother, my mother, and her brother. Now this is great grandma and my grandfather.
Legacies are often inherited, but they're also earned. Thanks for joining us on Our Own Legacy. I'm Sunny Nash.